Alright, everybody, my name is VTech Guy. I am here with Mullins. We're talking Walking Dead
Yeah.
Season 7, Episode 4. Alright?
Episode 4. This season's flying along.
Yeah, of course, first episode was Negan swinging Lucille, killing Glenn, killing Abraham. Second episode
Yeah,
was all
there's a lot
about
of
the
killing,
kingdom.
a lot of death.
A lot of gore, alright? Especially for The Walking Dead, there's a lot of gore. Episode 2 focused more on the kingdom and Carol and her relationship with Ezekiel. Of course, introducing the tiger Shiva. Just the fact of having a tiger in the zombie apocalypse seems really
Yeah,
really
and a
good.
giant tiger at that.
Yeah. Let's see. Episode 3 was all about Dwight and Daryl and how Daryl was basically the prisoner for Dwight and Negan, and he's like, "You're gonna work for me. I'm gonna break you like I broke Rick." We're turning more on Dwight and Daryl, maybe become buddies, and maybe Dwight eventually turning on Negan, but nowhere's close to that at all yet. So here we are, episode 4, Service. From what I've heard, is a lot of people didn't like it. I thought it was pretty decent. I didn't think it was too crazy. I think there was this build up of somebody who was going to get hit, which was Olivia. She was going to get hit in the head with Lucille because there's two guns missing. Of course, Rosita had one gun, and the other gun was owned by Michonne, who had the sniper rifle. So they were counting up all the guns. They said, two guns are missing, Rick. If you don't find your two guns by the end of our trip, somebody gonna get killed. So that played a toll on Rick, of course. And of course, they did find the two guns. They actually found two extra guns.
Yeah,
So there's actually four guns in total, and they gave them off to Negan. And he's just very happy of how Rick is being very compliant, and he's just bowing down before Negan, saying, "Hey, he's in charge now," and everybody's like, "It shouldn't be this way." But let's talk about some quick pointers during the show. There's one part where the guys were harassing Carl, and Carl pulled a gun on him and was like ready to shoot him. And
car.
Rick was like, "Carl, we don't shoot people anymore.
We don't do that.
And so yeah, so Carl could not shoot the saviors. Sadly,
At
Negan
the end of
takes the
days, being
gun.
the father still takes president.
That's actually what Carl did by pointing the gun at all those people and threatening to kill Negan too was basically what led up to them taking the guns away. So good job, Carl. Mistakes were made. Actions have consequences. You learned out in life. So that occurred. Of course, we have another quick point, which is Negan brought along Dwight, Daryl, all of them basically to check out Alexandria, and they said, "You are not allowed to look at Daryl. I'll kill you." So you can't look at your buddy, and that was that. Quick pointers. Rosita, don't give a crap. She'll go around killing zombies with a knife, whereas Spencer's like, "Hey, you got a gun on you. Maybe you gotta be more careful." And just Spencer's really useless, sadly, at the moment, trying to look tough because he found Daryl's motorcycle, but not my favorite character on the show. I think he definitely one of those people who's gonna in the end get by Lucille.
Ace out.
Yeah, and people were really hoping for someone to get a Lucille death this episode with Olivia. I don't know how that would have played in if she would have had that fate, but I mean, I guess it just shows that, Rick is being more obedient to Negan and his group, giving him more guns than what he needed, because he could have just kept the extra two guns. Of course, two pistols against guys with machine guns and now an RPG doesn't really turn out too well. But let's talk about the biggest thing during this episode, which is not a quick point. The biggest point was they told Negan that Maggie had died during childbirth. Now, we know that's probably not true. I'm going to say that's probably not true. Because,
It seemed very sketchy.
well, they talked about how the grave was empty. So, there's that. And we're guessing she's probably going to be at the hilltop, chilling out there, basically controlling them, making sure they listen and they will help out, Rick's group get the supplies to eventually fight Negan, and I think it's just about how Maggie's going to be in charge of Hilltop, Rick's going to be in charge of Alexandria. Sooner or later, we're going to learn about Rick's relationship with the Kingdom, and of course, Ezekiel's in charge of the Kingdom. So all it's going to be like those guys really teaming up against Negan and the Saviors. I'm really looking hyped to see more of Negan's base. Like, I thought that was really cool last episode. I really appreciated, getting a closer look at all of his ex-wives and stuff like what's going on with him. So I just want to see more going on there. And we really don't know too much about the next episode. That's the thing. We're already rolling into episode number 5, and we don't know too much about what's gonna occur. So there's not really too much that we can do guessing wise. I mean, I guess the next episode, if I was to guess, I say, episode 1 was who got killed, or whose got killed. 2 is about what happened to Carol. 3 is what's happening to Daryl. 4 is what's going to happen to Rick and all of them at Alexandria. I'm guessing episode 5 is going to be all about Maggie at the Hilltop, if I had to guess. So, I mean, they're really stretching out this arc, in my opinion. But it was a great episode. I wouldn't say it was as bad as what other people were saying it, sadly. I don't know why they weren't liking it too much. I mean, maybe because it was more of a slow-paced episode, but I think it just adds on to telling the story that, hey, now they don't have weapons to fight Negan.
It makes the story more complex.
Exactly. You can't just have all the story in one place, all the action in one place. Because for even a show that is about the Walking Dead, and the walkers and everything, you can't have too much action. You can't just, there's a time in the show where it was just action, and now we're getting away from the walker action and the people action. We're getting to how people are psychologically being driven crazy, that they don't have much power as what they used to previously, when they started just rocking and rolling, knocking out walkers and shooting people, because they did shoot people, but now, Carl, we don't shoot people anymore. So
we don't do
that. So good episode. If I didn't rate it, I guess a solid 8, maybe 7.5. There are some minor things to take away, but I think there's a good bit of positives. So it's not not something I'd be like, don't watch it this week. But until next time, everybody.